Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets Wall Street doesn't want you to know. And today we're digging into bioAffinity technologies, and it looks like they're getting ready to host some investors. This is a current report filed by bioAffinity Technologies Inc., which is a company that develops diagnostic solutions. They're letting everyone know about some presentation materials they'll be using. The filing is dated September 5th, 2025. And essentially it's about them sharing information with investors. It's a standard filing to announce that they have some updated presentation materials ready for use. They mention that these materials will be used to talk about the company's operations and performance. And get this, one of the big events where they plan to use these presentations is the H.C. Wainwright 27th Annual Global Investment Conference. That conference is happening from September 8th to September 10th in 2025. So they're gearing up to talk to the investment community. This filing also touches upon the company's stock structure. We see mentions of common stock with a par value of $0.0007 per share. And they also talk about warrants to purchase common stock. Warrants are basically options that give the holder the right to buy a company's stock at a specific price and before a certain date. So this indicates the company has used warrants as a way to raise capital or provide incentives. The currency used for these financial dealings is the US dollar, and the unit of measurement for these financial instruments is shares. The company is incorporated in Delaware, which is a common state for businesses due to its favorable corporate laws. This is their commission file number, a unique identifier for the company with the Securities and Exchange Commission. And this is their IRS employer identification number. bioAffinity Technologies common stock is traded on the Nasdaq Capital Market under the ticker symbol BIAF, and their warrants are traded there too under BIFW. Interestingly, bioAffinity Technologies has checked the box to be considered an emerging growth company. This means they can take advantage of certain regulatory relief and exemptions from reporting requirements available to smaller companies. This often allows them to delay adopting new accounting standards, which can be beneficial as they grow. The main point of this filing is really under Regulation FD, which is a rule designed to prevent companies from selectively disclosing important information to certain people, like analysts or big investors, before making it public. By filing this 8K, they're officially releasing their presentation materials to everyone. Exhibit 99.1 is where you'll find those actual presentation materials. These typically include slides that cover the company's business, financial performance, and future outlook. It's important to note that the information furnished in this report, like the presentation materials, is generally not considered legally filed with the SEC in the same way as official financial statements. This means they are not subject to the same strict liability under certain sections of securities laws. Think of it as an announcement that they are sharing information, but with a built-in disclaimer that it's for informational purposes and not a formal filing that could trigger harsher penalties if it contains errors. So while this filing itself doesn't contain detailed financial tables in the way a quarterly or annual report would, it's a signal that the company is actively engaging with investors and presenting its story. The real meat, the financial details and strategic insights would be found within those referenced presentation materials. We'd need to see those slides to understand their current financial health, burn rate, revenue growth, or any specific operational achievements they are highlighting. Without those presentation materials, it's hard to give a deep dive analysis based on numbers. However, the fact that they are preparing for a major investment conference in September 2025 suggests they are either looking to attract new investors, update existing ones, or perhaps are preparing for an upcoming funding round or a change in their business direction. The report is signed by Maria Zanis, who is the President and Chief Executive Officer. This shows the executive leadership is directly involved in communicating with stakeholders. Now, looking at bioAffinity Technologies, from what we can gather with this filing, it signals proactive investor relations and a drive to communicate their progress. Being an emerging growth company offers them flexibility, but it also means the market might be watching their execution more closely, especially at an event like the Wainwright Conference. Investors will be keen to understand their technology, market adoption, and most importantly, their path to profitability and financial sustainability. The key takeaway here is anticipation. They are building towards something, likely a significant investor presentation. And this 8K is the formal announcement that they are ready to share their story. We can infer that the management believes they have positive updates to share, otherwise they wouldn't be preparing for such a prominent conference. However, the financial specifics are still locked away in those presentation materials. Alright, investors, that's our take on bioAffinity Technologies' latest filing. What are your thoughts on their investor outreach strategy? Do you think this is a sign of good things to come, or just standard corporate world? We also have a fantastic community over on Discord, linked in the description, where we break down these filings and more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Decode.